Today is June 6th, and good day to you. This is WGTV Today. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Hello and welcome to Wayne Goldsboro Television.
And here we go with another program for you today. Kim,
Yes.
Good program today. First of all, I'm excited about an interview that I had. Actually, it was more of a panel, a round table discussion without the table. After the Mental Health Association meeting last week, four of us sat down. That was Jim SLOWENSKI and Ralph Smiley and Bobby Jones and I sat down and we talked about that meeting and what the Mental Health Association of Wayne County has done, and we learned a lot, and I think you'll enjoy hearing about that as well.
Well, they have certainly done a lot recently, as they have in years past, and
Yes,
that group
indeed.
is really working diligently to make sure that our community is fully aware of the mental health issues that face the United States and the world.
Yes, indeed. And the Mental Health Association of Wayne County, a 50-year-old organization, has kind of gotten its second wind here. So it's a good interview, and I think you'll learn a lot from it. Who else is on today's program?
We also had ERIN come in. She is one of the staff members over at the Arts Council of Wayne County.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And ERIN is talking about so many different things that are happening this summer at the Arts Council. And there's quite a few that you're going to be surprised to hear about. I know I certainly was whenever she was telling us some details. And then Crime Stoppers, there has been a recent robbery, and Paige Lerner, Crime Stoppers coordinator, is here to ask for your help.
Wait till you see what this guy is wearing. That's all I can say. It's strange.
It really is.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Some, the weather has been so funny here lately. Of course, we have been so fortunate not to have been hit with any of the major storms that have been crossing the middle part of the country. Thank goodness for that. But we have had rain off and on. And I was riding through the country the other day, and I couldn't help but notice how beautiful the corn crop looks.
Well, I guess that's why.
It looks so good.
The farmers have to love it.
They have to, yeah, they must. And the wheat looks great this year as well. And I mean, after all, we are an agricultural community, as well as military, but agricultural, and so things are looking pretty good if the trend continues. We still have to have rain after the corn tassels and all that, but looking pretty good so far.
Well,
I'm
speaking
excited.
of trends,
Yeah.
I was hearing on the news recently that we're going to see possibly a lot of crops across the United States start looking a little differently, especially those farmers that used to be tobacco farmers.
Oh?
What we're hearing, it's on the news, is we're going to be seeing some crops that are, hold on. It'll hit me in a minute. Let me think what it was. What was it?
It was,
Chickpeas.
Huh?
That was chickpeas.
Chickpeas?
That's what the main ingredient in hummus.
And hummus?
That's the main ingredient in hummus.
Yes.
And
yes.
I've seen quite a few interviews recently about how that is really starting to come to North Carolina.
How about
And we're going to see a lot more chickpeas being grown in this community. Possibly. But it's taking over where tobacco once was. We'll see.
That will be very interesting.
You know, years ago, chickpeas were not, and hummus was not something that too many people in the United States ate. It was more of a delicacy or more of a health craze type food, I guess you should say. But now it's becoming more and more popular.
Okay.
It's not just in the health food stores anymore. Do you not like hummus?
Oh, yes.
Do you? I
do.
love it.
I do. I didn't realize it was from chickweed. I've got plenty of chickweed in my yard.
I said chickpeas, not weed.
Oh.
Chickpeas.
Okay. Then there's okay, I got it. Chickpeas, not chickweed.
No,
okay.
we don't want any weeds.
No.
We're not interested in that.
Hummus.
Yes.
I like hummus.
I do too.
So there you go. So that's interesting.
So we may see Wayne County change. You never know.
Well, Wayne County.
Why not?
Tobacco is still king in Wayne County as far as it's not the biggest crop, but has the highest revenue for farmers. So it's going to be interesting to see as the tobacco dwindles a bit, what's going to be coming in its place.
That's right.
Very good.
You never know.
Yeah, never know.
Wayne County may be eating more hummus.
Okay.
I'm waiting for a joke.
No,
I figured you would have one.
No! Is that what?
Imagine, why would I ever think such a thing, Wayne Alley?
You think that of me. Okay. Oh, well. On a little more serious note here, I've got word from the Senior Center here. The question is, how do I know if my mother has dementia? Well, the question also, I can't figure out Medicare. Is there someone who can help me? Now, these are questions that are being asked by a lot of people nowadays. The questions are being answered at the senior center. You can and here on WGTV today, we're going to start taking questions here and forwarding them on to ERIN McAuliffe at the senior center. And ERIN is going to find experts to answer these questions for you.
These are questions about seniors.
These are questions
that would be applicable to senior
for,
citizens.
by, and of seniors that would be applicable in senior issues about Medicare, about dementia, about things that affect seniors. Caregivers and such.
Right.
So
That's important.
Yes, indeed. So if you have a question about seniors, for seniors, by seniors, of seniors, send it to us at WGTV at, start that again, send it to WGTV at waynegov.com, WGTV at waynegov.com. And we'll send that out to ERIN and get her to find an expert and get answers to your questions about for and of seniors.
And then we'll give the answers on air.
That we will. We'll give answers on the air.
It's going to be a program, Wayne.
It's going to be a program, Wayne. So we're going to have a program.
The seniors are going to answer questions.
The seniors will answer these questions.
All righty.
I just want to make sure you knew all this
Thank
now.
you
Okay?
so much
and
for
you
sharing.
did real well with that.
Thanks.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah, this was a test. And they did well. Okay, anyway, it's going to be a program here on WGTV today. See, I knew that.
I knew you did.
Yeah, I knew that.
Now, you were
Yeah.
just playing.
I'm playing. I'm just, you're waiting for a joke, and there you go. So what do you have?
Well, Wayne, recently we've talked about how we have a new sculpture
Yes.
here downtown,
Yes,
and it's all moving parts,
it is indeed.
and it's in the parking lot over by Torero's.
It is indeed.
And it was made by a gentleman named Wallace Simpson, and he's from Wilson County,
Yes.
and he has recently passed away,
Yes.
and he was in his 90s,
He was 94, I believe.
and we were very sorry to hear about his passing.
94 years of age. He has had a full life. He took scrap.
That's right,
and
scrap
created
metal.
works of art out of this. I can't recall the title of that type of art. It was not early American.
Whirligig. That's a whirligig.
It was a whirligig
But
that
yes,
he
I know
made,
it.
but there was a style that referred to it. But he was nationally known.
Absolutely.
He has pieces in the Smithsonian.
That's right.
And he was quite an artist, and he will be missed.
Yes, he will.
We're very fortunate to have gotten one of his final pieces, and it's right here in Goldsboro on North John Street.
It certainly is, right downtown. And the interesting thing, or another interesting thing about his pieces, are that they have so many different moving parts.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that make his sculptures and his pieces very unusual and very different than most sculptures, is because he always tried to make sure that from every angle you saw movement.
That's right. That's right. So quite brilliant in his work, and he will be missed, and we're very fortunate. He passed away was it last week?
I believe
over
so.
the weekend. Over the weekend, I guess, or in the last few days, anyway. All right, let's see what else we have here. Coming up, speaking of such, Stan Mozingo is an experienced fitness instructor, and he's teaching seniors how to play shuffleboard on Tuesday nights out at the Senior Center. And those who are interested, seniors who are interested, 60 and over, will be able to learn the rules and practice and have fun with shuffleboard. Advanced registration is not required. It's a free class for any Wayne County resident, 60 or older. Please come join the fun. Call ERIN if you have any questions at 705. That number's not right.
There you
We'll
go.
give it to you later.
Have you ever played shuffleboard?
I have never shuffled nor boarded.
Well, I have not played shuffleboard either. Don't even know how.
Oh, okay.
Do you?
I have not an idea.
You have not an idea. Okay, me either. Me either. But
But it looks like it would be. It looks.
It does.
Has the same principle as say
Horseshoes or-
curling or horseshoes or something like that. Anyway, it looks interesting. I just never had the opportunity.
yeah, me either.
Looks like fun though, or could be.
You're right.
Okay. But anyway, you want to know more about this, and I'm of that age that I could go over there and learn, but I'm usually asleep by 7:30 at night.
That is so funny.
So so there you go.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, we want to talk one more time about As Wayne talks about his bedtime,
Yes, right.
we want to talk a little bit more about our mottos, our city mottos.
The city motto.
And look, recently the mayor has been seen on the front cover of one of our little local publications.
Look at that.
Oh yes, oh yes. And the reason he's on there is he's talking about why you should submit mottos for the city of Goldsboro. Well, as of the last few days, we've got well over 300 entries now.
Wow.
They're coming in more and more often, and we're excited to look at the different ones and the fact that people are letting us hear from the community. And that's what we wanted. We want this to be the community finds a motto that fits and tells our story. I know you want to do your whole little,
all right.
the city of Goldsboro, da-da-da-da. And the da-da-da-da will change to the new motto. Because that's really not used anyway right now, the da-da-da-da.
Nobody's using that?
I know.
Why
Isn't that a shame?
I know.
I know, but
would've
we're
thought
looking one, and
somebody would be using
you can walk right in the front doors of City Hall or the City Annex and pick up an application and fill that out, or you can do it online at goldsboronc.gov.
That's right.
We've had some good ones sent in, and we want more.
Okay.
Lots of prizes.
And you've
to
had
win.
over how many?
Over 300.
Wow.
Well over 300, actually.
Wow.
It's probably getting closer to 4 now, but well over 300 entries have been sent in, and they are quite a few are unique, and that's what we're looking. Short and sweet and unique.
Short, sweet, and unique.
There you go.
I can relate.
That is funny. See, I knew the joke would come sooner or later. I knew it would show up. Too funny.
I guess it's nice to be predictable at times, isn't it?
I guess so.
I guess so.
Well, I think it might be time to go to our interviews.
Oh, is it already time?
I believe it may be.
Okay. It's
So
already
stay
time.
tuned. We've got 3 of them coming up for you.
Tonight we're at the Wayne County Museum here on North William Street, and we've just gone through a meeting. I guess it was a meeting, or it was Jim Slowensky's with us, Ralph Smiley and Bobby Jones is with us. Guys, what was this?
A celebration of our 50th anniversary of mental health coordinated activities in Wayne County, and basically on the theme around the Mental Health Association of Wayne County.
So this 50 years. 50 years, that's a long time.
It has been, and some of the highlights that has been pointed out was that from the beginning, the Mental Health Association was the catalyst for mental health advocacy and support in the Goldsboro Wayne County community.
Now, which came first, chicken or the egg, or was it the Mental Health Association?
It was the Mental Health Association.
That came first.
Came first, and then the mental health clinic, and then the area mental health program, etc., that type of thing. The mental health program was a result of the advocacy of the Mental Health Association.
Now, Bobby, the Mental Health Association works closely with Cherry Hospital, but it's not associated with the hospital. Is that right?
Well, our mission is that we advocate for individuals, for mental wellness for all individuals. Cherry Hospital is a state psychiatric hospital, and of course, we're in support of that as well. So anything to do with providing services and support and advocates for people with mental issues, we support that as an organization.
There's still the stigma of mental illness attached to just the idea of it.
Yes.
And this is not right. So how is the war against this misconception any better than it ever was? Are people beginning to understand, or people not understanding?
Wayne, I would suggest to you, and we saw it, Ralph and I did, and Bobby, in some of the programs, our lunch and learn programs are being well attended now. People are not, we hear about guns and knives and weapons and all that, but I think more and more people are starting to realize that there's something behind it. Obviously, there's a mental problem in our society.
So people are beginning to understand, as you feel.
Well, I'd like to think so. Clearly, there are more people that's being impacted by mental illness. When we think about autism and that type of thing, people seem to be more sensitized when a member of their family is impacted by it. Unfortunately, there are still some of those dark corners where the stigma is there, and we've got to continue to work.
Well, mental illness covers it's such a big umbrella. It covers so many things.
It does. it's a broad base, and we do associate it as mental health problems. For a long time, it was not even associated or called a disease. It was considered preventable or a curse or stigma. Now it involves injury, it involves bad habits, also good habits, because it is good habits and good mental health that help people reach out and educate, provide, and be willing to discuss it. Because as you said before, it was not discussed. But as she said, Emily Peacock, in reviewing from the earliest beginnings in the first organization on up through the present bit, it has grown, and we've received community, state, and national funding, but regrettably they are being cut back, severely cut back, and in the past, as the economy tanked in a bit, and so it's an effort right now, and it depends very heavily on the volunteer time and money to keep it alive.
But I think there's more of an awareness, Wayne. When 15 years ago, I guess, close to that, when we used to set up our, in Berkeley Mall, we used to have our thing, our bench there, and with all our, different things on it to help people. People would walk by
and hide their face.
Oh yeah, you really remember? And now it's totally different. People coming up, asking questions, picking up brochures. What about such and such? So there is more of an awareness now. I think there is. I think there is.
Well, do you feel this awareness may have come in part because of the increase in such diseases as Alzheimer's? That's affecting more families now, it seems, and more people are aware of that. Maybe people are beginning to understand that this is a mental illness, and that this is only a small part of it.
Well, I think it's straight across the board, whether it be Alzheimer's, autism, schizophrenia, whatever, and clearly with our veterans who's coming back from wars and PTSD and that type of thing, more families, more of our communities are impacted by mental illness. From the Mental Health Association of Wayne County perspective, we still have a major challenge, and this clearly is to continue to try to survive with the little funding that we do have. We used to benefit from the funding from United Way, but they've changed their mission, so we don't have any funding. Some other counties still have funding from United Way, but not here in Wayne County. But we have a challenge to just stay afloat because of various funding issues.
And we've got a new grant where Dr. SLOWENSKI, my wife, and they're starting to work with the teachers now. And the teachers are aware there's a problem. How can I help? What do I do when I see a problem? There's an awareness now.
So the hope is if the teachers are aware, then they are looking for signs in the classroom, and perhaps they're also letting their students know that what mental health really means, what mental wellness really means.
And contacting the parents, of course, and because many of them have asked in some of our lunch and learn, what do I do when I see this? Who do I do? Our religious that Bobby got together. People came up, we had so many teachers up there and other people that were asking questions. We couldn't handle it in our lunch and learn. It's 1 hour. Now they're asking us to do it in the evening so that they can get these questions that we could never even get to. Remember, Ralph? They had them.
Early intervention is very important. That's why the funding for the early intervention programs is so important, because if some of these issues can be identified at an early age, we can possibly help the children to adjust and that type of thing. So there are just a lot of things, a lot of issues, a lot of work ahead of us. And as an association, I think we can look at our past, because we've had some heroes. We had some people that worked really hard to advocate and facilitate services, and we just need to continue to do the thing. But we're at a crossroads with our
We're seeing more people now are interested in coming aboard with us to our board. We had shrunk, our board has shrunk in the last few years, and And now all of a sudden we're seeing people now from Mount Olive, a couple of them. Betty's former student is now a teacher, and we're seeing people coming on the board and talking to us about, hey, how can I help? The school, the community college, 2 or 3 of our board members they were here today helping us out in this party.
The more people involved, then the better the chances are of helping more people.
And
So,
one,
Ralph?
one of the things that's helped a lot too, I taught for 20 years in the county system, and we had a counselor, but that counselor was more for vocational or educational advancement, and they were educated teachers. Now we do have the social service coordinators, workers in the school. We have the teachers and the principals are well aware of it. So we have this lunch and learn, and they're in the fall, new teacher orientation, stress management to help the school system, and school systems are being very helpful in coordinating with that. So we are making a wider footprint and reaching out, basically, as Bob says, in the early stage and making this identification.
I think they're going to pack us up if we.
All right. Well, let me ask you one more thing,
Sure.
fellas. How can someone help? We need volunteers. We need funding. We need support. How do we do that?
Contact the Mental Health Association. Jim, you know the number off the top of your head?
The number is 919. Go ahead.
735.
No, that's
54.
it's 734-3530. 734-3530 is the number of the Mental Health
wine
Association.
at our wine.
But here's the other thing is, the legislature is currently looking at budgets, and they're having to cut back significantly. But our legislators, and I will say this, our local state legislators have been good backers, and they were sponsors of this.
Yes, they really were. Yeah.
All right, 734-3530. The website is www.mhawc,
Right.
Mental Health Association Wayne County.org.
And we have a new office now too. We're very proud of, and we're making that. And we will have some. We're all volunteer. It's an all volunteer operation. All of our board members, and we have one person that we're trying to hire. Are we going to see these people? There's 3 of them that would like to have a part-time job with us, and we need them because of computerization, all this. We can't do it. Most of us don't know how, nor do we have the time to do something.
Help is needed.
Help is needed, and they can get on to the website and then get our newsletters and information to call the personal email. If they wish to provide their email address to us, we can include them on the information net.
And can they take a test now? Actually, and they still do that, Bobby?
Yeah.
Bobby would know. You can just
Still take the test on the website.
and see if there is,
There's a
And,
problem.
and like you said, that's our number to call if you want to volunteer, if you want to support the organization. And of course, a good old-fashioned check works.
That works well, doesn't
Works
it?
real well.
It does work well. Send money. Need help badly here because it affects every family. It affects every person in some way, directly or indirectly. Bobby Jones, thank you. It's always great to see you.
Always great to see
It means
you.
a lot, because why would we still be doing this?
I know.
Every time I walk away like tonight, why am I doing this? It's beautiful out, but then I'd say, it's worth it.
Sure
I
it
see
is.
how it works.
Ralph Smiley, thank you so much. Always good to see you.
Thank you.
And Jim Slowensky, thank you for all your work. Gentlemen,
All right,
thank you.
Take care.
Today I have with me Paige Lerner, coordinator of Crime Stoppers here of Goldsboro and Wayne County. Paige, we've got a recent robbery, so you're telling me, let's find out some details and see if someone in the community can help you with that.
Absolutely. Actually, on June 3rd, which is Monday, at about 12:20 in the afternoon, the Heritage Bank in Pikeville is reported being robbed at gunpoint. The teller said that nobody else was in the lobby at the time when a subject came into the lobby at gunpoint and demanded cash. Now, the subject had some odd things on him, so I was hoping to share that with the public, and maybe somebody out there knows
Okay.
something that will help.
So behind us now is a picture of the subject going into a bank.
Yes, again, it's a Heritage Bank, excuse me, which is 100 West Main Street in Pikeville.
Okay.
And this subject is described as a black male, about 35 to 40 years old, approximately 5'10", 160 pounds. The unusual thing, obviously, when they see it, is the long-haired wig, which is past the shoulders in length. He was wearing dark sunglasses, greenish blue surgical type gloves, silky teal-colored sweatshirt, black sneakers. And you can see from the build, you know, as usual when people look at pictures, and we discussed this earlier, sometimes you and I may not recognize this person, but somebody out there will know who this person is by looking at the general make of his, the way he walks and when he's leaving the bank. I brought a second photograph from when he's leaving to give them an idea of, as far as from head to toe, what the subject looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
And there you can see the wig as well.
Right. You can see the length.
Okay. So what time of day again did this happen?
This was approximately 12:20 in the afternoon. It was on a Monday afternoon, and it was June 3rd. It was right there at lunchtime. And sometimes, you know, obviously people are going back and forth to their lunch. They might have seen this subject, might have seen the, you know, the person walking in his clothing. The other unusual thing is it's obviously a male subject, but he was carrying a brown purse. So, you know, maybe at this time they saw somebody in just those clothes.
Because he had to walk out of the bank.
Right.
Before he took some of the clothing and the wig off.
Right.
So
And
maybe somebody saw that.
He was last seen walking west on Main Street towards Highway 795. And so anybody that thinks they were in the area at that time, we would like to talk to them.
All right, and they called the Crime Stoppers number.
They can call Crime Stoppers. Yes, the Pikeville Police Department and obviously the FBI is handling this case, but they can contact Crime Stoppers and I'll take their information.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Okay. And so Crime Stoppers, Pikeville Police, and the FBI is working on the case.
That's correct.
So if they have tips, they can call either one of those.
They can certainly call those numbers, and you know, their easiest route is call me, and if they want to report it anonymously, as always, we can go that route. And if they want to go further, if they think that you know, they'd like to provide a statement, of course that would be great too, but
right.
I'll certainly get them in the right track.
Would you also give them the number where they can text you, Paige?
Right. The text number is 222-4230 with the area code of 919.
All right, so they can call, text, whichever is easiest and most convenient, and pass along any information. If you know anything about this particular case that happened Monday, June 3rd.
That's correct.
12:20
in the afternoon.
in the afternoon in Pikeville, North Carolina. We need your help. We'd like to solve this case, and we know someone probably saw something.
Right.
Well, thank you, Paige, for being with us today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, and we hope someone in the community can help us solve this case. And this is what's happening in your community. Joining me today is ERIN ALEMDAR from the Arts Council of Wayne County. Let's find out what's happening here downtown. Hey, ERIN, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me in this morning.
I was looking over your calendar for the Arts Council last week. I can't believe all the different activities that you all have going on every day. There's something at the Arts Council. Well, tell us what's coming up in the next week or two.
Well, the most exciting thing, in my opinion, that we have coming up, and we do this every summer, is our summer art camp for children. And it's for children ages 5 to 12, and it's 7 weeks.
7 weeks?
Yes.
Continuous?
Well, you can sign up for as many weeks as you want with a minimum of 1 week. And they come in and do different craft projects every week. And every year we have a theme, an overall theme for the camp that kind of ties all the weeks together.
Right.
And I love this year's theme because this year's theme is Down Home, Downtown. And it's all about downtown Goldsboro. It's all about Wayne County. And we're trying to develop a sense of hometown pride in the young children. And through that, we're going to be teaching them about local landmarks, and then they're going to be creating artwork based on those landmarks, such as on the first week, we're doing a replica of the Giddens Jewelry Store clock on Center Street. It's one of the oldest clocks.
Everybody knows that clock.
Right. And
are you doing the water tower?
Yes.
I figured you probably
were.
were.
Week 7, we're doing the title of it is What a Tower.
What a tower.
And Emily Sauls, who is actually a summer art camp graduate.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yep.
Wow.
did summer art camp when she was a child, and now she's just graduated from Salem College with a degree in studio art, and is coming back to teach for us.
Girl. That's Randy Saul and Jill Saul's daughter, so it's great to have a local girl staying right here in town and teaching and giving back to the kids.
Yes, exactly, and she's so excited about it. But
I'm
she's
sure.
doing that week. She's going to be helping the children build a paper mache replica of the Goldsboro City Water Tower, the big famous blue water tower.
I want to see that. Wayne and I need to come out and get some video of the kids making some of these things. That would be really nice.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I wish I could just stay up there and hang out with them in the classroom all day, because they run in at 9 o'clock in the morning and they're all just so excited for what they have in store for the day, and they end up making really cool projects. It's not just your run-of-the-mill, we're going to put this on our refrigerator type of art. I mean, we all love that stuff too.
We do.
But these projects, I mean, we're getting instructors that are art teachers from Wayne County Public Schools and who are practicing artists themselves.
So they really know how to interact with the children, and they know how to guide them.
Yes, exactly. And so they come up with these really top-notch creative projects, and then the results of what they teach the children, the actual final product, is something that you want to have on display and to show everyone.
That's nice. Tell us some of the topics that the kids will be covering each week.
Yeah. Well, one of the projects that I actually have sitting in my office right now is a dogwood flower bowl. And the dogwood flower is the North Carolina state symbol, and then is also on the Goldsboro City seal. And so we were like, okay, we've got to do something with a dogwood flower. So one of our summer art camp instructors, Becca Scott Reynolds, actually used to work for the Arts Council of Wayne County and is just fabulous with kids. She came up with this project idea using tissue paper and paint and glue and just really inexpensive things to make this beautiful dogwood bowl that I've had sitting in my office, and people think that it's some great expensive piece of pottery, and they're like, oh, what great potter made this? And I was like, this is actually a project from summer art camp. So yeah, the projects that they're going to be doing are really just above and beyond what you would normally get in school and art classes. It's really stuff that is going to look great in your home. So
we've got the dogwood. We know we've got the water tower. What else do we have?
Another good project is in week 5. It's so hard to try to pick the ones I want to talk about because they're all so great. But week 5, we're doing something completely different and completely new that we've never tried before. The executive director, Sarah Merritt, has actually had this idea to do a movable mural project. So the children are going to be working on large panels that will become, in a sense, movable murals that can be mounted on different outdoor spaces around downtown. So rather than a project that they can take home and show their parents, it's going to be something that they can
the community.
Show the whole community and say, hey, I helped paint that.
Yeah, how neat would that be to be able to drive by and say, yes, my child helped with that.
Yeah.
It'll be such a way to build pride and self-confidence in young children.
Yeah, and really beautify downtown.
Oh, of course.
So really everything that we're doing with the summer art camp is like you said, trying to build that hometown pride and also become knowledgeable and educated about our state symbols and landmarks. We're doing a project with the Lady in the Park, of course.
Of course we are. I have that in my office, and I look at it every day and just love it.
Yeah, it's just people sometimes aren't aware of all the rich culture that we have here. So I think getting children educated about that at a young age is really just a win-win-win situation, because that's going to help them, give them some good memories and be proud of Goldsboro, be proud of Wayne County, because there is a lot here to have good memories from.
Are you going to, as you work on landmarks, are you going to give them a little bit of history or any kind of information about why it's there, or how long it's been there, or some kind of basic information on it? Because I know the Lady in the Park, I get asked about that all the time.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? Why is it there? What is the history on that?
So the instructors for each week, they're kind of going to spend the first day just having that educational portion. For example, one week we're going to be talking about the Paramount Theater, and then doing play production posters and making costumes for plays. And the children are kind of going to be making up their own play and have crafts to go along with that. But on the first day, the instructor is going to be talking about the history of the Paramount Theater, what that means for our community, and the different things that have happened with the theater now,
Right.
and things that are currently happening with the theater. So, and then another way that we're tying in local North Carolina history is we're actually going to be studying a famous North Carolina artist.
Oh,
And
how exciting.
yeah, and doing a craft based on Ramari Bearden. He would kind of make these multimedia collages of city scenes. So we're going to make a Bearden-style collage of a downtown Goldsboro city scene and insert
Wow.
local figures, maybe Kim Best.
What about Mayor Al King?
And Mayor King, just local
Yeah,
people that are known
exactly.
and in local places. Again,
That's
just
nice.
trying to give children an awareness of their
Right,
surroundings
right.
and also have fun. I think the collages are going to look great.
yeah.
We have some samples of what the crafts will look like at the Arts Council. So.
Well, it sounds like you all have got a full summer lineup and lots of choices for people to be able to choose. You know, if they want to come 1 week, 2 weeks, or all the way up to 7. And you've got a schedule actually listed at the Arts Council so they can see which craft is happening each week.
Yes.
But this is wonderful. This is really, really a nice way for youth to be able to, especially those young children that really like hands-on projects,
Yeah.
to really be able to hone in on their craft, especially
Yeah.
if they're one who's very interested in art.
Yeah, and I also want to make a note that even these camps aren't just for children who have this great artistic talent. You know, it's really for everyone. It's anyone who just wants to break
Be
up that
active.
sudden summer boredom and be active. You know, and it's a great chance for children to come together from different schools because we have
Exactly.
homeschooled children in there, private school, public school. And also on that note, we do have scholarships available. So for children who might not be able to, or their parents can't afford the fee,
Right.
the Sunrise Kiwanis of Goldsboro have actually generously donated a fund to help those students out. So it's really, really open to everyone and available for anyone there who
They
wants
just
it.
need to give you a call and ask about it,
Yes.
right? Now tell me one more time when they start and what the age groups are.
Okay, it starts June 17th and runs all the way through August 5th. We're taking a break around 4th of July that week. We're taking a break, and it's from 9 a.m. to noon, Monday through Thursday on those weeks.
Okay, and the age groups?
It's from ages 5 to 12, and they're divided into 2 different groups. So it'll be
Right.
5 to 8-year-olds and then 9 to 12-year-olds. So they're kind of around children their own age.
Of course. Well, it sounds so fun and exciting, and can't wait to see the finished product of some of these. And I would love to come by and maybe film a little bit of it,
Yeah,
some
you
of the different
should.
weeks, and sort of see the process that the kids go through
Yeah.
as they're making the projects. And I like to see the look in their eyes as they are going through the different stages.
Yeah, they
of
get really excited.
Yes, they do, of creating a project. I was recently in a doctor's office, and I was waiting, and there was a young child in the waiting room with me. And she had just little strips of paper that she kept putting together and stapling, and just, you could tell she was creative. I looked over, and all of a sudden the child had made a set of eyeglasses to put
Wow.
on in a matter of seconds. And I thought, how creative for her to think of that. And she had the little fold-down piece that goes over your ear and
Wow.
everything. And I thought, you are an artist.
Yeah.
I started a conversation with her, and she said, yes, I love art. That is my favorite subject in school. I
Wow.
thought, I can tell. I can
Yeah.
tell. So some children really just have that extra special creative gene, I guess. Then there's some of us that don't, but we enjoy it.
Yes, and it's important for that age group to really nurture that when they're
Exactly.
young, because it really sticks with them. Like I was talking about with Emily Sauls, you know,
Yeah.
she started taking our summer art camps when she was a little child, and now she has a degree in studio
Exactly.
art.
That's
So
fantastic.
yeah, it's really important to, if you see that your child is having any interest in art, to really nurture that. And it's not just, I mean, art can be great for any educational pursuit because it just helps you think creatively,
It really does.
problem solve. There's some SAT statistics that students who have taken 4 or more art credits score higher on the SAT
I've heard
than students who haven't. So there's really a lot of benefits for incorporating art into your child's life, not just having pretty projects to look at and to show off.
It really is a different mindset. It's just totally a different way of thinking and approach to handling situations and
Yeah.
different things. Well, thanks so much. We appreciate you being here, Erin, and we look forward to what you all are going to create throughout the summer. So we'll come by and see you. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
This is what's happening at the Arts Council of Wayne County.
And we're back on WGTV today. Hello, that's That's Wayne Goldsboro Television, by the way.
Yes,
Wayne
it is.
Goldsboro Television, and it comes to you on cable only on Channel 10, Time Warner Cable, or on Channel 99. That's Uverse, AT&T Uverse.
That's right.
So-
And they can also find it on YouTube.
That's right. And if you live in the Walnut Creek area, you'll be able to pick up our county commissioner meetings out there as well, by the way. And we can tell you how to do that a little later on. Okay?
Great.
All right.
We want to remind the community there's 2 different pools that are open that are city-owned pools, but they're run through the Goldsboro Family Y or operated through them.
Okay.
And if you're a Family Y member, you can show your ID and get in for free at these pools.
Oh,
if you're
boy.
not a Family Y member, you can do 2 different things. You can either pay $5 for adults, $3 for youth for the entire day, or you can go to Herman Park and buy like a summer pass. And
Wow.
this is at Peacock Pool and Mena Wheel Pool.
Okay.
And they have different hours that they're open. There's not standard hours every single day that is the same. So you can find this information out if you go to goldsboroymca.org, which is the Y's website, or you can go to the City of Goldsboro's website
There you go.
at goldsboronc.gov and find out their hours of operation. But that's an inexpensive way to be able to go to the pool. Oh, and I found out recently they'll let you rent out the whole pool and
Really?
have pool parties, and you can bring a grill and you can cook out.
Wow.
Now it has to be done after hours,
Okay.
which I think would mean from 6 to 8 p.m. you can rent it out.
Oh, that's not really late.
No, it's not
still
really
daylight
nice. It's
then.
dinner time, and
Yeah.
that would be
Well,
that would be
great.
nice.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Doesn't it? Yes,
Yeah.
I don't know what the prices or anything are to be able to rent it out, but you can call the Goldsboro Family Y, and they can tell you all about it. Peacock Pool and Mena Wheel Pool open to the public.
Wow. Rent out the whole pool. Have
Yeah.
a pool party.
Uh-huh.
Very quickly, here's a quick trivia question for today.
All right.
The Defense of Fort McHenry is a poem. The Defense of Fort McHenry is a poem we know better as what?
A hint?
It's a poem.
Better than that?
The words rhyme. How about that?
The words rhyme, okay?
Okay. The Defense of Fort McHenry is a poem that we all know better by another name. If you're into poetry, even if you're not into poetry, you know this poem.
So it does rhyme,
Oh yeah.
because all poems don't rhyme.
Well, that's true. That's true. This one rhymes, though. It was written in the long time ago.
Boy, that was good.
Written in the let's just say it was written in the 1700s.
Okay. Well, we'll have to think about
An
that.
old poem.
An old poem.
The
All right.
Defense of Fort McHenry. There you go.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Today is D-Day, by the way. Did you know that? D-Day.
Tell me what D-Day is.
D-Day is June 6, 1944.
Oh, okay, the original D-Day.
The original
okay.
D-
Well, see,
D-Day, yeah.
sometimes you tell me about D-Days in other countries, so I was waiting for that.
know. This is D-Day from June 6, 1944, during World War II. It was a horrible day, but it turned the war around. Also on this day,
Yes.
the first electric flat iron, which became later on known as a steam iron.
yes.
but it was used to be called a flat iron. Was patented. It was the first electric iron patented on this day by a guy by the name of SELEY, S-E-E-L-Y, not to be confused with a mattress.
That's what I was wondering.
No, it was 1882, and the rest is history there in iron world.
You know, we have a flat iron that is popular today as well,
Really?
but it is used on ladies' hair to make your hair straight.
You iron your hair?
Well, you put your hair in between these two little bars, and it.
That's
yes.
called a flat iron?
It certainly
I
is.
didn't know that.
See, you learned something today.
I learned something today.
Wayne can straighten his hair with a flat iron. How exciting!
I'm thrilled.
I figured you would be.
I can't wait. Do you ever burn yourself with it?
No,
Really?
no.
Okay. Okay. The first drive-in movie to show movies
Yes.
Before that, they didn't show movies.
You just drove in?
You just drove in. You just drove through. 1933 it was, the first drive-in to show movies, opened in Camden, New Jersey on Crescent Boulevard. The name of the movie was Wife Beware. It was a movie not destined to be one of the classics. The screen measured 40 feet by 50 feet, which is enormous.
It is.
40 by 50. It was easily seen by everyone in the first cars in the front row all the way to the 500th car in the rear row. Everyone, including the entire town, could hear it as well because they didn't have speakers that hooked onto the window. The speakers were actually out on the screen or at the screen.
You know that was so loud.
It was loud, but it became a popular thing to do. I used to go to drive-ins.
Yeah, I bet that was pretty neat.
It was neat, and across the country, there's still a few available that you could drive through. There was one in Richmond that when I spent a few years in Richmond, out on the south end of town there, that they turned into a gigantic flea market. But it became, and they were still showing movies up there up until just a few years ago.
Well, you can't drive into this one, but in Herman Park sometimes at some of their different events, they've got that really large screen, and they'll actually show movies. Depending on what time of year it is, they'll do one that actually fits the occasion.
Now that's fun.
And they bring in bleachers.
Bleachers?
It's not a car, but they bring in bleachers, or either you can bring a blanket and hang out on your blanket and watch a large screen movie.
That sounds like fun.
Yep.
Well, 1971, for the last time, the very last time, this day, 1971, we saw the Polish dancing bears, the little mouse named Topo Gigio. We remembered the Beatles, Dave Clark 5, the comedy team of Jackie Mason and John Biner and Rich Little and Rich Pryor, and so many more people. The Ed Sullivan Show went off the air.
What year?
1971. And for many years, he started out as Toast of the Town was the original name. They changed it later to the Ed Sullivan Show because he was Ed Sullivan. But talk about a classic, a TV classic. That's it, the Ed Sullivan Show.
Many a movie star and singer got their start, or performer got their start from that show.
Exactly right. A lot of people think Elvis Presley first made his appearance on Ed Sullivan. That's not true. He first appeared on the Dorsey Brothers somewhat earlier, the previous year, but then he became, of course, popular on the Ed Sullivan Show. Of course, the Beatles first, when they first came to America, they appeared on Ed Sullivan. Then all the others did as well, the Dave Clark 5, the Stones, and all those guys. And Ed Sullivan did not like the Rolling Stones.
Really?
No, he didn't. No.
Thought they were unique.
Oh, they were a bit unique, all right, but he didn't like them at all. Anyway, I digress.
This day and time, it's neat to hear what happened years ago on this day.
I kind of like doing that sort of thing.
I like it too.
Yeah, okay. Let's see, what else do we have here as I throw things on the floor?
Well, recently we had a Shop the Block. We've talked about it quite a bit. We had one not too long ago, and I think there were some very surprised and happy customers downtown when they were awarded $100 of downtown dollars.
Right.
And they had no idea. They were just spending time downtown shopping. And because they were doing that on this certain day, they were awarded 100 more downtown dollars.
Now that is nice.
Wasn't it nice?
That is nice.
Well, we've got another one coming up all day on June the 7th.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Yes, it is. It's tomorrow.
All right,
so if you come downtown to shop anytime during the day on June 7th, tomorrow, you could be just eating in a restaurant, you could be shopping in a store, but as long as you're downtown shopping, you could be the one who wins 100 downtown dollars.
Oh boy.
Yep, and you can also, for the stores that are participating, register inside the stores to win an additional 100 downtown dollars. So you can't beat that.
That is great.
It certainly is.
All right, very quickly, birthdays for today.
Yes.
Gary U.S. Bonds, popular entertainer from back in the late 60s. He's 73 years today. A fellow by the name of Robert Englund. You know who that is?
Nope.
You ever heard of Freddy Krueger?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he played Freddy Krueger in the movies. Robert Englund, he's 65 today. Paul Giamatti, Oscar-winning actor who played lead roles on Sideways, Saving Private Ryan, and Cinderella Man. Paul Giamatti, 45. Bjorn Borg, the tennis star, Bjorn Borg.
Say that again?
Bjorn Borg is 56 today. Levi Stubbs, the late lead singer for the Four Tops, was born this day. He passed away 3-4 years ago. Colin Quinn, comedian known for Saturday Night Live, is 53 today. And another one of my heroes, Nathan Hale, whom I knew personally, died this day. Was born this day in 1755.
Well, you know what? You need to answer our trivia question.
The trivia question answer is
Yes.
the defense of Fort McHenry, a poem written in the 1700s, we know better as the Star Spangled Banner. You knew this. Whoop, I just killed my microphone.
Yes, he did. Bam.
Boom there. All right, I don't know what that sounded like, but I don't think it was good. But anyway, you knew that, yeah.
That's I wasn't
Star
going to
Spangled
tell.
Banner.
I wasn't going to tell everybody.
Oh, okay, that's
Let
okay.
them think about it a
Yeah,
little bit,
think
you know,
about
and
it.
guess.
All right, very good. All right, that's it. Who's on tomorrow's program?
Oh, let's see. We have a group. We have some updates on what's going to be happening, all the summer events that are going to be happening in town, Goldsboro. We also have, did you talk with someone from the fair?
I did. I talked to Eddie Pitzer from the Wayne Regional Agricultural Fair. Wow, wait till you hear about everything going on at the fair.
And also happenings at Wayne County Public Library. All that on tomorrow's show, so stay with us.
So until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.